Alrighty, here we are. I have the internal control project here. Let me share screen here. Share screen. Boom. All right. All right, and as I said, this is Consumer One with the Fraud and Internal Control Project here by David Chernyak. That is me. All right, I'm doing the waste management fraud case here, and then the problem. Let's state the problem. So the problem was that the founder, CEO, chairman, Dean L. Buntrock, and other top executives, falsely reported $1.7 billion in fake earnings in the waste management company. All right, and then some just key points here are the increase. They increased the depreciation time length for their property, plant, and equipment on balance sheets. This is kind of how they did. They kind of like how they falsely put the $1.7 billion in their in their books. And then there was over 7 executives that reported in this case. This is just massive because it's hard. When it's just one person, it's usually not too hard to stop. But there's 7 executives, 7 big bosses. It's very hard to stop. All right, and then benefits to this was it helped eliminate. Well, it has benefits, but just why they were you know eager to do this was that it eliminated $490 million from the operating expenses. All right, and then some penalties that incurred through this was they were sued for $457 million. Very, very high amount right there. And then one of the main executives there, Arthur Anderson, was fined $7 million. So some big fines being handed out. There was some other fines, but this was just the major one. And how they got caught was they were actually hired a new CEO into the company, and him and the management team went through the books and they identified these sums don't add up. So they identified that there was some sort of fraud being there. All right, and this was just the main points on the problem at hand here. All right, now state the solution here is there definitely could have been a documentation of procedures here. Just no one was really like looking there. There's no, no one was checking up on, even though they were executives, it is a little bit harder to document their actions and what they are doing. It's still, there should be some sort of formula in place to check up on these things. And why this was so successful so long, this was about 5 years that they were doing this, these kind of procedures for this fraudulent activity, and just no one was checking the books. That is the main way to stop this, because right when they checked the books, they were able to identify the fraud and were able to identify that something's not adding up here. And as I said, they because no one was checking the books, that's how this was so easily done for 5 years. And a big one here is segregation of powers. They were just easily able to access the books, access the system, access all these different points with just like easily doing it without being caught for so long. And then this is why the companies need to insert some kind of segregation of powers, so that even if some group of people, like there's always another group looking after them, and then vice versa. Just very big points here. And that is the end of my internal control and fraud case here. Hope you guys enjoyed. All right.